My next guest is finally making his long-awaited UFC debut. Going to be taking on Jamie Pickett at UFC Fight Night, January 15th. It is Joseph Holmes here on the program. Joe, how's it going, man?
Hey, it's great, man. Just finished with training up here at Consensual Urgent Care. About to get my blood work done for this fight.
Ooh, doesn't sound very fun, but thank you for taking the time, like I mentioned off the top here. Before we get into the fight stuff, how was your holidays? I know you had the fight coming up, but I'm sure you got to enjoy yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I got to eat. I got to enjoy food for sure. Holidays are great. Got to spend New Year's with family and friends. Eat great food. Weight's still great. So I got to enjoy the holidays, man. And surprisingly, getting a short notice fight right before the holidays, I didn't think I'd be able to enjoy it, but I have been.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. When did you actually find out about this fight? Because I know, the media, we usually find out a little bit late when it comes to that stuff, right?
I found out last Saturday, so I had a whole week after I found out, and then now this week. So yeah, about 3 weeks before the fight.
Were you kind of expecting something might happen on this card, sort of, be on standby, so to speak?
Not this card. I did ask about the Houston card they have coming up in February, and they were like, that's already booked, and it has been for months. But this was a surprise. I kind of had a feeling I was about to get something sprung up on me. So I traveled out to Kansas City like the weekend before they did call me. But nah, this was definitely a huge surprise.
And the debut's right around the corner. So excited for you. You've had a long road to the UFC, right? You had to do Contender Series and you had to do Looking for a Fight. How nice is it just to finally make it here and, all the hard work's paying off?
It's a relief, man. I've been putting in a lot of work, trying to just, have all the tools to show off, what I need to show to get to where I am now. And it finally paid off, man. God willing, and I'm just so blessed and grateful that things did turn out the way that it did.
And we often hear of UFC jitters, but you've had two opportunities where the lights are on you, so to speak, right? You're having Dana White watching you at Contender Series. You're having Dana White watching you at Looking for a Fight. How much of a benefit is that, especially when we hear about UFC jitters?
I feel really relaxed now. Like going into the fight, people keep asking me, are you excited? Are you excited? I'm like, I mean, it's just work. It's just work, man. Getting a new opponent, training for them and then showing up. It's just all work for me, man. And the excitement comes after I, get off that scale and I get to eat good food and, get back to being myself. So, jitters aren't really what I'm worried about. It's not eating.
Yeah. How do you feel like you match up against your opponent in this fight? 12-6 record. What do you know about him? How do you look at this from a style perspective?
He's a brawler style guy. He's not a great wrestler, but he shoots a lot of shots. I feel like the matchup is excellent for me because I'm a great grappler, but I'm also a really sneaky sniper type of striker. So I think the matchup's great. I think the fans are in for a really exciting fight. And then, sorry, it's kind of cold out here.
No worries. I don't blame you. Yeah.
And I'm really excited about the opponent. I think it's going to be an awesome fight. I think he'll bring out the best in me. Just as far as, not going away, I think I'll have to hit him with a lot of good shots. But yeah, I'm really excited about the matchup. I think it couldn't be any better than this.
And you mentioned the short notice. What type of camp have you had leading into this? Any cross training or just training at home base? What have you been up to for camp?
I've been training at home with my head coach, Anthony Sanger Mesquite, whenever I am home. But I've literally been in Kansas City the last 3 weeks. And I'll go back on the weekend and then me and my coach get work back home. But I've been out here with Kraus the last 3 weeks and then going to finish strong this week and then take off to Vegas next week on Tuesday.
How much confidence does it give you knowing you're getting to work with so many different training partners at Glory? They have, a plethora of guys. I think I was talking to just TJ Brown just before this, and, there's 12 UFC guys in the gym usually at one time. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this morning we had 70 people on the mat with I think 9 or 10 UFC fighters. So, dude, it makes me incredibly confident. It definitely just makes me feel untouchable. Obviously I'm touchable, but it makes me feel that way, especially against people my skill level, because every day I'm training with people who have twice, 3 times, 4 times more experience than me, been in the UFC, as long as I've been a professional fighter. So, and these are people that I'm training with every day, getting the best of a lot of times, and, they're getting the best of me and helping me learn. So, yeah, I feel incredibly ready for this guy. I feel like I've been getting ready for Jamie Pickett since I was, my first fight as an amateur fighter.
And who have you mainly had a chance to work with over there? There's a lot of bodies in the gym, but is there anyone you're working with a little bit more than others?
Yeah, I work with Jason Witt a whole lot. I work with Marquez a whole lot. Julian Marquez, he's actually a really good training partner for me because we're the same weight class. Recently started training with Zach Cummings. He just came back off an injury. Let me see. A couple amateur guys. My old opponent, Ryan Leininger, he's a great training partner for me. An up-and-comer heavyweight, Niles Bartling. He's a savage wrestler, savage MMA fighter. I get to train with him often. Yeah, it's insane over there.
That's awesome, man. In your corner, I imagine Kraus will be there. Who else will be in the cage with you that night?
My girlfriend's going to be with me. She's excited
cool.
about that. Yeah. She's really excited about that. I'm getting a call.
No worries.
Sorry, hold on.
I still got you there.
Decline it.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Yeah, and then my head coach, Anthony Selangsing, will be there as well.
So things must be pretty serious with your girlfriend. I mean, cornering, that's a pretty serious step. That's like almost like moving in together,
Well, we do live together.
Yeah.
But, she's not going to, she's cornering just because they're not allowing us to have people with us. And I really just need my girl with me. She's just like my comfort, and my peace when there's not much peace. So definitely have to have her there. And then my head coach, Anthony Selangsing. Yeah, I will be in 5-10. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. My head coach, Anthony Selangsing from SFS. He'll be there, of course. And then, of course, Kraus. Got to have Kraus there.
Yeah, no, it's mandatory. How do you envision this fight playing out next Saturday? How do you see it going down?
I see us having a really, aggressive, exciting first 2 minutes. And then he'll definitely start to slow down. And then I see myself taking over, creeping up on him. I think he'll probably shoot in about 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the round if we make it that far, just out of desperation, needing to get it off the feet. But I don't see it getting out of the first round. And I definitely see myself, taking him out for sure.
Are you a guy that does like goals or New Year's resolutions or anything like that? Because we're at the start of the year. I was just curious if you had any, if you do like doing that.
Not a whole lot, actually. I definitely reset my goals. Now that I made it to the UFC, I had to set some new goals and, just like things like, I want to have a busy year. I want to have a year similar to this year I just had. I want to make a certain amount of money by the end of the year. I want to be at a certain ranking by the end of the year. So, I got some different, not necessarily resolutions. I'm not really quitting anything, but, definitely looking to just reset those goals, reset them in my mind.
And last question, what does downtime look like?
Mostly just gaming. I game a whole lot, especially like when I'm in camp. I just kind of try and take my mind off of everything else by just sitting in front of that screen and just shooting people. But I do eat a lot. Me and my girl go and, try out new foods a whole lot and just stuff like that, man. I got a kiddo that I spend a bunch of time with when I can. So I just fight, brother. I just get in here and fight. And when I'm not fighting, I'm just thinking about fighting.
What games are you playing right now?
I'm playing Guitar Hero. I got virtual reality. I'm playing a lot of different experiences like that. Playing Apex Legends, different battle royale games. I do stream video games on Facebook at Ugly Man Joe Gaming. So most times when I'm back in Texas, I get to do that and spend some time with people that want to, talk with me and jump in there and ask me questions and stuff like that. So that's really cool.
Don't want you to be late for your appointment, Joe. Thanks so much for doing this. Anyone you want to thank, sponsors, social media, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I do want to thank Iridium Sports for getting me hooked up on this awesome fight. My couple of sponsors right now that are helping me out with this camp. My guy, Charlie Riddle. You're amazing, man. Thanks so much for helping me out. Matt Malone, thanks so much. I couldn't do this without you. Jesse Vasquez, you guys are awesome. You helped me out for this camp, and it was short notice. And without y'all, I wouldn't have been able to make this happen. So, man, I'm just super grateful. I do have merchandise right now, Ugly Man Joe shirts. I have the link to that posted in my Facebook bio. So I just appreciate your time.